Welcome along to the essential oil series, and we are talking about clove today. So back to my little drawings that you get all the information on. Clove is known as, or the botanical name for clove, Eugenia Caryophyllata, is the one that we're working with, and we are talking about an essential oil which is steam distilled from the buds and the twigs or the stem. Now, if you think about clove, and we're talking about the bud, I don't know about you, but me as a child growing up, if I had a sore tooth, then would be given a clove bud to chew on, and it would numb the area and it would help me with if there was any infection or anything like that, right? So I'm pretty sure many people have heard of that before. I have also cooked in the past, glazed and roasted my own ham and stuff like that. And we use clove when we're piercing the fat and we're putting the orange and all that sort of stuff on and the glaze. You use your cloves, right? So you can use clove internally and you can use clove topically and you can also use it aromatically. However, clove is hot, right? So remember to dilute. If you are going to use it on your skin, it may cause skin sensitivity. So please make sure that you dilute this one. Dilution could be 1 to 1. 1 drop is going to give you, you need the carrier oil, right? And then really dilute it if you need to use it on a child, which I'm not sure why you would, but in some cases, you know, there may be a requirement. With clove, let's do the physical first. On the physical side of things, right? We have phenols and we have esters in the alcohol group. Like this is what esters are alcohols, phenols as well. These are the chemical constituents, right? This is what the makeup of it is. There's also sesquiterpenes in there, and it's got the goodie, which is beta-caryophyllene. And with that one in particular, you want to do a little bit of research around that, but that really supports the blood and it really supports the body, the cells within the body, okay? So I'll put it that way. And all I've written down is good. Now, as a side note, if you are someone who has an allergy to methyl salicylates, because I have come across people that have that issue, right? Methyl salicylates are in wintergreen, they're in a few other mentholy type oils, but they are also in clove. It's a chemical constituent within clove. So what you will find is that if you are someone who has that or experiences that, you will experience extreme skin sensitivity. So clove is probably a no-no for you unless there's something that you really require it for. On the physical side of things as well, it is one that you need to be aware of the contraindications with medication. So if you are looking to use clove essential oil, I would be talking to my doctor or your physician or whoever it is that you're working with that understands your medications that you may already be on. A lot of the people that I work with aren't on any medication, right? So we don't have that. However, if you are someone that's on like a blood thinner or something like that, then clove is probably an essential oil that you need to learn a lot about. Do not use until you learn it because it supports in terms of blood clots, okay? So now that we've got that out of the way, let's just have a look at the physical and practical uses for it, right? Clove is fantastic for mouth ulcers. I personally use it in that regards. If I have a mouth ulcer, I will use clove undiluted. And the way I use it is I get the bottle and I put some on my thumb and I put my thumb onto wherever the mouth ulcer is. It is very intense, very, very intense, but it will numb, okay? It is also able to be used as a toothpaste. So if you're making your own toothpaste, mix it with some spearmint, some clove, whatever, and it will help your gums. So it's very, very good for any sort of teeth or gum issues, extremely good. Also good, like I said, with blood clots, right? So just be aware if you're someone that's got bleedy mouth, you know, which is gingivitis often. Be aware of that and keep working through things. Now, clove is also fantastic for candida. Candida is rampant because of people having a high sugar, high processed diet. Candida is an overgrowth, basically an overgrowth of bacteria, bad bacteria in your gut. And then it spreads. And candida isn't just thrush, okay? Candida can show up as sores in your nose, sores that don't heal on your body, pain in your joints, arthritis, fibromyalgia is sometimes an umbrella diagnosis. And if you look a little bit further and do a little bit of work on your gut health, you may actually find that the pain dissipates or can sometimes go away altogether. But working with Candida is a protocol, okay? There is a protocol that you follow, and it is a series, and it takes time. Your body did not get the way that it is today overnight. It just didn't. It took time to build up. If you are experiencing a lot of physical symptoms right now, perhaps your tolerance within your body has been reached and your body is just screaming at you, right? So just remember that, okay, and take the time to heal, because sometimes if you are trying to work through supporting your body naturally and getting rid of things, other things will pop up that didn't get fixed in the first place. And the first thing that springs to mind for me is people that had eczema as a kid or something like that, and then as an older person they start to work with natural therapists and take a holistic approach on this, okay? So it's going to be diet, it's also going to be the way that you look at life, it's going to be some breathing, it's going to be different things you're going to work on. You might have different therapies done, you may be using a sauna, you might be using cold baths, it could be a variety of things, not just essential oils, but essential oils and herbs would be a part of it. You may find that you go through what they call a healing crisis, and that's when issues come back up. So you need to be working with someone if you are experiencing that. But if you like the majority of the people that I work with, we just want to make sure that we feel really good, right? And we know that we've probably beaten ourselves around a little bit as we've gotten older throughout our life, and it's just time to get on top of things, and you just want the help. So for me, Clove is very supportive in terms of my mouth, because I was getting mouth ulcers. I was getting mouth ulcers because my body was run down, and if I get stressed, so it's all sympathetic nervous system stuff. If I get stressed, I'll get a mouth ulcer and things. But Candida is a biggie, right? Clove is also in a blend that we mix together for thyroid support. That's all I'm going to say with that one, because there is, hyper and hypo and all this sort of jazz. But just remember that working with natural remedies, you're looking to balance. So regardless of what you were, whether you're over or under, you want to balance. Clove and myrrh work really, really well with lemongrass. And there's another one that I'm forgetting, but that's your thyroid support. Fabulous for wounds and infections. It's also antifungal. So you're going to use it, dilute it. If you are wanting to use it to help heal a wound, do not put oils directly into a wound. You want to work on the skin around, or the corresponding point on the foot, the bottom of the foot. Sole of the foot is your reflexology points, right? So just remember that as well. And the final biggie, which is really, really important in my mind, especially where I live at the moment, is mould. Clove essential oil is phenomenal in terms of killing mould and mould spores. So a few years ago now, Lismore was a town in New South Wales which experienced massive flooding, and then what they found afterwards was, of course, everything was mould, right? Mould is mould spores, they get into your lungs, it's just not good for your body at all. So the dance with mould with clove oil is very short, and you can use it by mixing it in a bottle with some distilled water and just spraying it, direct application. Perfect for getting rid of mould, right? That can also be termed as mould within the body, but that's a whole other video and a whole different topic. Now, on a metaphysical front, right, or the emotional side of things, if you like, to me, Clove screams boundaries. We require Clove if we have not been clear on our own personal boundaries. So like my story with the mouth ulcers, I get them if I'm run down or if I'm stressed, and often that is because I have not set my own physical boundaries. I've not given myself the time to rest. I have just pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and my body goes, you know what, here's your little sign, here's your warning sign. And if I don't listen to that warning sign, then my body will give me a bigger warning sign and it will make me stop and take a rest. So clove is all about boundaries to me and about balancing and determination. Now, I also had a look in the Oracle Essence book before I jumped on and did this, and clove in this is determination and empowerment. Your affirmation around clove is that you are assertive and confident, and this is perfect, right? Know your limitations and then defy them. Clove assists people who have given their power away. It enhances the courage to say no, helping you to break free from limiting patterns. When the clove personality is balanced, the individual can make important decisions assertively and calmly. In the opposite state, clove can be emotionally weak and lack confidence. It's used as a painkiller for dental emergencies, like I've already said, and it's a natural antiparasitic and a great warmer for the digestive system. It will numb your feelings if you let it, because there is a soft heart behind those barriers. So just remember that, right? Boundaries, barriers, limitations. Clove's going to help you to become that assertive person that you need to be able to live your truth and be the person that you're here to be, right? And to put yourself first. On an aeroplane, not that we've been on aeroplanes much at the moment, but on an aeroplane, you are told to fit your own mask before fitting that of others. If you cannot look after yourself, you are no good to anybody else. And people who are people of service, who want to act in that way, and who are so diligent and giving, they also need to care for themselves. So we must look after ourselves, and clove is there to help us on that journey. But on the tooth front, just remember that, right? It will numb. Clove will numb whatever is happening. So if you do have pain, put it on. Just remember, if it's going onto your skin, to dilute it. If you are using blood thinners, etc., that sort of stuff, just contraindicated, okay? If you're on medication, check with your GP or your physician or your doctor, whoever you're working with. Let them know what you want to try. Some of them might laugh at you. Others might say, don't do it, but just work with them, okay? And remember, it helps with mould, and it's antiparasitic. It's antifungal. It's phenomenal. And that's clove. So enjoy that. Thank you for coming on the Essential Oil series. These were initially inspired by my friend Joe. We have a fair few to get through, so I hope that you enjoy this. If you like this video, feel free to like it. I share a great deal of information in the space of helping you to feel good within your body. Okay, so I'm going to share with you about foods. I'll share with you about relaxation and meditation, and sometimes just random conversations around moon and astrology stuff and whatever's happening at the time. It's all fun, all right? And the whole intention is to feel good. See ya.